The Legend of Frostmaw. They warned her about the ice fields, but warnings are only whispers until they become screams. The northern sky was bruised purple when Emily Burke's expedition fractured across the frozen plain. One misstep, one hollow sheet hidden beneath snow, and the ground swallowed her in a roar of splintering ice. She survived the fall, but the chasm trapped her alone, with only a frigid wind howling through jagged teeth of ice overhead. Her radio was crushed, her flare gun sank somewhere below the frost. Night approached, and night in the Arctic is death with patience. Emily pressed her back against a rock wall, still crusted with centuries of frozen storms. There was only silence until silence broke. A sound traveled across the void that was not wind, not water, not shifting ice. A low, deliberate growl echoed through the cavern. She froze, breath suspended in her throat. It came again, closer, thicker, heavy enough to vibrate the ice at her feet. She saw nothing, but every part of her knew she was not alone. Emily was raised on stories her grandfather called myth, but told like confession. Stories of Frostmaw, the pale bear, who stalked the dead places of ice. Not a creature, her grandfather said, but a curse wearing fur and teeth, born when the first explorers spilled blood onto the snow, fed by lost souls and frozen screams, eyes blue as drowned sailors. A beast that left no tracks, but the fear it planted in the hearts of those who glimpsed it. Many laughed. Emily never fully did. The cavern rumbled, not with another growl, but with a violent shudder. Snow cascaded down the walls, as if the mountain shivered. Her breath turned to mist in irregular bursts. Fear made her hands shake, but adrenaline forced her legs forward. She searched blindly along the winding paths, running through the cavern floor. The ice glowed, faintly. A strange, bluish luminescence pulsed beneath her feet like frozen veins carrying ancient light. A shadow moved behind her. She heard claws scrape ice. Slow, patient. She didn't dare look. Emily stumbled down a narrowing corridor until the ceiling dipped low enough she was forced to crawl. Her fingers burned from touching the ice. The sound followed. Scrape, pause, as if whatever stalked her did not chase, but observed. After several minutes that felt like hours, the tunnel collapsed into a den-like chamber where slabs of ice rested like tombstones. Embedded within them, captured in crystal clarity, were shapes, human shapes, dozens of them, eyes open, mouths open wider, their bodies twisted mid-fear, mid-breath, mid-life, frozen in place like insects in amber. Emily stumbled backward, her knees struck ice, her brain tried to rationalize what she saw, but instinct screamed truth louder than logic. This was not simply Arctic freeze. This was something taking them. She scanned the faces locked in ice, frostbitten explorers in aged gear, a child in a parka far too large for her shoulders, a man with a flare gun still clutched in his hand, all positioned facing the same direction, staring toward the entrance of the chamber. A deep exhale warmed the back of Emily's neck. She turned. The creature was enormous, white fur like storm clouds caked in frost, shoulders broad enough to block the cave entrance entirely. Steam curled from its nostrils. Its blue eyes glowed like wildfire beneath ice. They did not reflect light, they produced it. Emily didn't breathe. Neither did the beast. Its gaze carried intelligence, not hunger, not instinct, recognition, as though she were not prey but trespasser. Her grandfather's voice echoed in her memory. The first rule: never run from the cold. It does not chase, it collects. Emily forced herself to stand, though her legs trembled like glass. The beast did nothing, only existed, only watched. She spoke through chattering teeth. I don't want to die down here. The creature tilted its head as if considering the words. Its ears flicked forward. It stepped into the chamber. The room dimmed as shadows swallowed the ice tombs. Another story from her grandfather surfaced like a body from deep water. Frostmaw was not born to kill. Frostmaw was created from betrayal. When an expedition crew abandoned a wounded member during a storm, the cold took his life, but not his rage. His soul clung to the tundra, molding ice and fur until vengeance had form, a spirit that punished those who abandoned others. Emily whispered, "Wasn't the one who left them." The beast's growl deepened. She felt it in her bones more than her ears. "Please," she said. "Let me go." The creature approached until its face was inches from hers. Its eyes were ancient fury, tragedy, a lifetime of dying without rest. Emily reached slowly into her coat pocket and retrieved a scarf. Not hers. The scarf belonged to a member of the crew, taken when she realized she was the only one who noticed he had fallen behind. She tried to help. The others didn't look back. She held the scarf out with a trembling hand. The beast lowered its head, sniffing the red wool woven with frost. A single drop of melted ice fell from its snout onto the scarf like a tear that refused to freeze. Its muscles tensed, its breath grew erratic, then it turned away. Emily exhaled, sharply releasing air she didn't realize she held. The creature walked toward the far wall. Its massive paw pressed into the ice, and the wall cracked apart, revealing a pathway to the outer slope of the glacier. Fresh snow sifted through the opening, pure and blinding. It had given her a way out. Emily took one step toward the exit and stopped. The creature stood still, facing the rows of frozen bodies in their transparent graves. Not protectively, guarding, waiting for something or someone. Emily realized the truth. It was not a beast. It was a warden of the abandoned. She moved toward the exit. The cold wind sliced her skin, but it was freedom. She stepped into the night. The blizzard had calmed. Moonlight painted the snow silver. Behind her, the cave entrance sealed itself as if it had never been broken open. She walked across the ice, shivering, shaking, but I only fear. And so getting to when the rescue team found her at sunrise, she repeated the same warning her grandfather once gave. The cold has eyes. Most did not listen. But weeks later, when 3 members of her original team staggered into the nearest outpost, frost-bitten and delirious, they spoke of something pale stalking them through the storm, something silent, something that left no tracks, something that collected those who leave others behind. Rescue crews returned to search for the remaining missing explorer, the one Emily carried the scarf for. They searched the ice fields, the crevices, the frozen lake beds. They found no body, but they found something else, a row of strange indentations etched in a perfect line on the snow, massive, heavy, but with no depth, as though made by weight that the earth refused to hold. And beside them in the snow lay a red scarf, folded with care and frozen to the ground. Emily never returned to the tundra, but sometimes when winter howled against her windows, she remembered that vast cavern, the glassy eyes of frozen explorers, the glow of ancient blue staring into her soul. The legend survived because legends are warnings, and somewhere across the wide northern ice, Frostmaw still wandered, as calm as snowfall, as patient as time, waiting for the ones who leave others behind.